Hey there, welcome to our Tuesday night call. It is December the 27th. Happy holidays, the last call of the year. Thanks y'all for joining in. I know a lot of people are out of town and going to be watching the recording of this. So thanks for taking time out of your week to tune in and finish this month strong. So I know, Dee, you had a call, so I don't want to overlap on anything that you did finishing your month strong. But I want to share a few things. We've got so many things out there right now to help us grow our businesses and during this time. So what I love about our program is it's so simple. Anyone can do it. What I love about our business is so simple and anyone can do it. And how do we leverage, though, all the tools without getting overwhelmed by them or picking and choosing or recreating the wheel? And so what I've learned over the years is the simpler I can get it and keeping focused on what my main intent is, which is to make an impact on someone's life, make a difference in their health, make a difference in their life, and who can I do that and how can I do that? Who can I do it with? How can I do that? And tune into the tools of the program. And I'm pretty creative brain, and I like to think about ways to do it. But we've got some great tools. And like I say, the longer I do this business and the more I tap into the tools, the easier it becomes. So I want to first share, and then I'm going to let Dee share a little bit too. And then I'd love for any questions about what's going on and how we can take advantage of what's going on. But just because it's our last call, I want to go ahead and share my screen.
No, you can't. Nobody can shake this.
So one of the things I like to do, you want to ask yourself, and I bet I don't, like, what's that play? Okay, good. There we go. So questions to ask yourself this year, and just, you can take a screenshot of that. I can post that. But what 3 things did I accomplish this year that I'm most proud of? And you can have 5 things. You can have a number of different things, one thing. But what did you accomplish you're most proud of? And one thing to look at that is when you write that down, look at why you accomplished it. There are certain things that you did that you put into place that caused that to happen. What impact did I have? That's when I think about, like, whenever I get discouraged or whenever I get, I don't know, frustrated or lose my energy around growing my business, I always think, did I help one person? Who's that person I helped? How do they change their life? How do they impact their life? That they wouldn't have been able to do this had I not talked to them about this. So what impact did I have? I think that's real valuable. That gets me really focused. How many clients did I help? Did I grow my volume? Did I grow my team? Did I grow? And how many connections did I make? How many presentations did I do each week? That's really the sign of what moving our business forward. How many times that we talk to people. And when I keep track of that, I can see how my business is growing or not growing. And a lot of times making presentations or sharing our program and actually having a conversation gets down at the bottom of the list, and we don't end up doing it. We end up doing the busy work. Did I play full out? I love that question, because only we know, do we give it our all? And when we give it our all, something magical happens. We really feel good about what we do. The results don't even matter when we're giving it our all. So for 2017, what kinds of, what do you want to do? How many people do you want to invite each day? How many presentations do you want to make each week? How many new clients do you want each month? How many people do you want to bring on our family? Leaders. Building leaders is probably one of the most rewarding things possible. Also helping people create careers that they can make an income working from home. I love that. When I can help somebody make an income that they don't have to go, to a 9 to 5 and be somewhere at a certain time. They're able to sustain a business for years. I love it. How many people do you want to bring to convention this year? What kind of rank do you want? This is where I like to focus. What skills do I want to develop? Really be specific so that you can focus on one or two this year and work on it. We have so many skills that work for our business. One is inviting people, learning how to make a list, keep that list going. That's a skill. Inviting people, presenting, speaking, coaching strategy. How do we coach people? Molly, you're real good at that. And follow up. That's a skill. So what are the skills we want to develop, and what habits do we want to cultivate? So those are really good ones, and pick one or two that you can focus on. And then again, that self-development, how many books or tapes are we listening to each month? And then what I like to do is, I sent out to some of our EDs a tape recently, a video, and she says that she picks one word for the year. And I always done it picking 3 words for the year. So what is your word? What is your word? Some words are, focus. I've always one was clarity for me. That's not my word this year. So I'm working on my word this year, or words, top 3 words that you want. Dee, do you remember when we did, both of our words were courageous or bold? And
yeah, mine has been bold for the past few years. Yeah, bold. And then when I always ask myself, like, what's the bold thing to do? Like, if I'm in that self-doubt, scared mode, I'll just say to myself, what's the bold thing to do?
Nice. I remember when we would go, oh, that's, bold. So that's very cool. Very cool. All right. And then what I'd like to do, so think about your word. And I want to show, okay. So let's move on. Dee Dee, were you going to talk about Elevate Now? I want to talk about, there's 2 things that we want to focus on this week. And one would be inviting people to view the Trilogy program. It's really their program presentations, and different people are hosting them. I've watched about 3 of them, and they're really good. Very easy to invite people to. So I recommend you tuning in to one. I think Jamil's doing one at 11 tonight. I don't know if them here tomorrow night when it's late, but and they're taping them, but I don't know if we'll get them. But tune in yourself and see what you think, and then invite people to them, and we can talk a little bit more about how to invite, whether it be an email, whether it be an evite, or whether it be phone call, text. A lot of people are having results with text. And then we have Elevate Now. So Dee, did you want to talk a little bit about Elevate Now, or what were you going to share?
Well, I think you and I had talked, I can talk about whatever you want, but I think you and I had talked about how to invite to, like, the Elevate event. But do you want to talk about what that is first, or you want me to share what we're doing in Atlanta?
Share what we're doing in Atlanta.
Okay, so in Atlanta, we are offering an Elevate event on Saturday, January 7th. This is in conjunction with the national event that is being proposed through our corporate or home office, and with Dan Bell and Dr. A speaking. So we're hosting several of us, Nicole, Susan, myself, Beth from Florida, and then also we're very fortunate, Dr. Michael Smith, who is the medical director for WebMD. He happens to live in our area. He's also a health coach. He's going to be joining us. So that's something really nice to know if you live in this area and you're going to invite for the event, that he'll be there sharing his story. So Susan's putting the flyer up, but the Elevate event is basically, my understanding, an opportunity for us to gather people together so that we can really help people start to set the stage and elevate their life to optimal well-being. So we had talked about this as a group, as the planners for it, and what do we want the outcome to be. And we were talking about the fact that elevate means to move to the next level. So this meeting would be appropriate for many different people, such as our clients, because we know our clients always have another level that they can go to engage whether it's into our community, into our support system, into our education system. We know that moving into that next level of engagement will help with their success and then bring them that optimal well-being they're looking for. It might help expose them to thinking about our program bigger than just the weight loss component or the eating plan of it, that they really start to see it bigger in terms of creating health and also what's possible from a coaching perspective. Or maybe they don't want to do coaching, but maybe it makes them look at their life differently. So Dr. A is brilliant. I know he's only speaking for 15 minutes, but he's very powerful in those presentations. So our clients, of course, ourselves developing and personally, and our businesses, and then also the opportunity to invite free health coaches as well. So what our meeting is going to look like in our area, and there's going to be meetings going on across the country. So if you are a coach that's not right here in Atlanta, if you go to Coach Connection, they have a whole area on this about the Elevate events, and they're all over. So you can join in another one in your area. But ours will be 3 hours. It's from 9:30 till 12:30. And so we'll be doing success stories. We're going to be sharing the trilogy presentation. Dr. A speaks. We satellite him in, Dan Bell. And then we're going to do 1 hour of health coach training. So we have set a goal for Atlanta that we would like to have at least 100 people at this event. And so what that starts to look like, and what we really want to start to you to see the possibility is, if you're a coach in this area, we absolutely want you there. But we also want, hopefully that you'll start to think bigger in terms of who do you want there with you? Just like Susan was saying, who do you want to bring to convention? Well, who do you want at this meeting with you? And so one thing I've learned over the years is that we have to be very, very intentional with our inviting, and you got to work it to get people there. Because people are really busy, their schedules are full, we're coming off the holidays, a lot of people are just looking for a weekend at home, not doing anything. You don't know what the reasons might be. But unless our clients and our pre-clients and our health coach candidates, unless they see value and we really, really invest the time to personally invite them and follow up with them and remind them and let them know that we want them there, that's where the magic happens and people start to show up. And so when we talk about inviting, something Susan had taught me before, and I tell you it is effective, was an event. I don't really remember what it was, but she said, how many people do you want there with you? Is it 3? Is it 5? Set a reasonable number. But I found when I set that goal, like, okay, you know what, I'm going to have 3 people at this meeting with me. When I set that goal, I became much more intentional in my invite process. So there's a couple of different ways to invite to this. As Susan mentioned, texting has become a very good way to reach somebody. We know that most people will read their text, but text is still fairly impersonal, in my opinion. So I think in any opportunity we have, the verbal conversation with somebody is always best. Probably followed second by text. Things like social media, Facebook, it's nice to put it out there, but I'll tell you, in my opinion, that is the most ineffective way to get somebody to a meeting. I put it out there because I want people to see what we offer, what we do, but I don't ever really get guests from a social media blast. It comes from the personal invite. But if you're a member of Synduit, there's a campaign on Synduit, and we can give some guidelines on how to launch that campaign. There are, you can send an e-card from the back office. You can send an email. But again, these would all be, I think, layering techniques. If there's specific clients that you're speaking to for your normal check-in calls, I would be bringing it up now to inviting them, reminding them, and then, of course, your candidates doing those invites and sending them. And Susan, I think, do we have a flyer? Or there's flyers, I know, in Coach Connection for it, and JPEGs that you can get.
Yeah, so thanks, Dee. That was great. Great overview, and thanks for doing that. And you're right about the goal and the intention whenever I said it. And I like what you said about that the blanket emails and the blanket Facebook don't get the results the same way. I mean, think about it. If I'm going to go, I was invited to a party of this girl, and she would have a women's party. And I met her once, and I get this Evite to come, but I only met her once, and I didn't feel comfortable going to her party. I'm sorry, I didn't feel comfortable. It took me, she had some every month, ladies' night or whatever, unplug and connect. And I wouldn't go until like, you know, because I go, should I go? Like, I don't really know her. And so people, you'll feel very uncomfortable. This was just a social thing. This wasn't kind of like, you know, what am I getting myself into? So you want to really ask somebody to come with you. And you only want people there who you like a lot. So just say that's a criteria, and that they know that you're inviting them because you think it would be a good fit. You'd like to work with them. You'd like to connect with them. You'd like them to learn more about what you do. You'd like to have them come into your world to know you more. So it is a little bit vulnerable whenever you invite somebody. There's a good chance they'll say no. I remember when I started this business, I go, man, this is what guys felt like when they asked someone out on a date. Like, it is not always easy because you don't know. And that's probably why you want to warm up things a little bit more. Like, what was the example? Someone says, well, guys, you're not going to ask a girl to marry you unless you kind of know that they're going to say yes. And so that's kind of what we want to do with coaching too. Like, this is kind of like just asking if they want to go to a movie or go hang out or something like that. And then we warm up to develop our relationship around coaching. So this is what I did. And this is what it looks like in the back office of our Office of Motion. I just did this quickly. This is the e-card. I'll walk you through. So this, I didn't even have much information. I didn't even have our link yet. But this is what you can type in. And a lot of times e-cards, they only give you like 2 or 3 lines. This, they give you some space to write. So so let me just show you here, if I can. All right, so here's what you're going to do. You're going to go to communication in e-cards, and you're going to create an e-card. All right, now we're going to go down. Sorry, let me move this a little bit. Scroll down until you see. These are great, guys. Whenever many of y'all have gotten them from me, when you hit a new rank or something, I'll send something, or congratulations or thank you. I like these cards a lot because they're just easy to send, and you can check out and see who opened them. Where am I here? Okay, so we have 2 different invite 1, invite 2. I happen to like invite 1. And then we're going to take a personal message. So this is from Stephen, but I'm just in his back office. But would love you to join me on, and then the link, we've got a link, and it's Atlanta Elevate. Y'all can write this down now, and I posted it before. Elevate Now Atlanta.eventbrite.com. Wonder why that didn't. All right. Next. Here's what it looks like. So I don't know, they'd have to, I guess, click on this. I don't know why it's not populating. And then it'll have your information there. Then you're going to email. You can choose from a list. You can upload a list of emails or choose from a list. And we can get this from you can create a contact list in your reports, contact report. And I believe you can copy it. Someone might know more than me. And I posted in Team Palace, there is a video on how to do this. But you can do your contact report and then put back on the e-card. So I'll just send it to, did I lose it? Where'd it go?
Whoa, something, I exactly something that's right.
Okay, let's just do me. I always do manually, and I'll put put it in a subject. Okay, so it was sent. And so this is what you can see. And then there is a way to manage e-cards, manager.
That was that.
And so you can see who, when it was sent, what you sent out, and then the recipients. And I'm not sure exactly how to manage this. Molly, I don't know if you know how to do it, but. But anyway, so there is, I do have a video on Team Palace on how to manage it and see who opened it. And that's the beauty of sending an e-card. So what I would say is to Dee's point, when you're talking to your clients, mention it, or people who I have been, talking to about health coaching. I've been putting out the date for a few, a week or two. And then I'll follow up with an e-card, and I'll follow up with a phone call again. I'll follow up probably a third time. And the day before, you want to always text them and say, hey, saving your seat for tomorrow. I would bring them a folder, bring them a little pad of paper, bring them a water bottle, bring them a snack, meal replacement or two. And so that way they feel welcome, that you're thinking about them. So anyone else have anything to add around that? And there, like I say, I posted a video by Ken Kochman. It is in our Team Palace, and you can scroll through and find it, and he shows how to manage this and see. And I'm just not sure how to add the list and that sort of thing. I've never done a bulk email from here. Has anybody? Molly, have you done one, Dee? Hold on. You're unmuted now.
Yeah, I have. Let's see. I'm trying to see your screen. So to do a bulk email, what I do is I always go to the reports, and then I go to contacts, contact report. And then I scroll down and I set my parameters. Like if I want to send it to just people in Georgia, I would scroll down, and where it says state, I'd put Georgia. You just passed it, but I put Georgia in there, and then I put in, if I wanted to send it to active clients, inactive clients, what I wanted.
So when you go to type, and you can put or I think you have to put client to inactive. I think there's a way.
I usually put inactive to client. I mean,
inactive first. It didn't work. One time it didn't, so I didn't know. And then
so an important thing to do if you're a coach with multiple coaches underneath you, you want to make the level, change it to 1. So it just goes to your clients and not the clients beneath you. But that's basically it. And then you scroll down, and I think it says compose email at the bottom, or compose e-card. Yeah, or show report. So show report. He may not have any clients. I don't know if he does.
Okay.
So if he had clients, if this person had clients, then they would come up, and then you have the option to choose, either select them all or pick and choose which ones you want to send to.
And then if you choose the e-card, does it send you back to that? Did you get to choose the choices and all?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, your choices are like send email or send e-card, and then it'll bring you to.
I see that because this is how I send my bulk emails every week for our coach call. I do it through here, and you're right, I do see an e-card. The problem with e-card is there's limited space that you can write on. but it's beautiful because, so that's great. So if you have any questions, ask your coach and we can go over it again. But does anyone have any questions? One thing that did come up, how can I get this larger? Is that, so switching back, so on Elevate Now, if you have any questions on that, but I know what I need to do here. Hold on. I want to stop sharing actually, or just I'll close it. Hey Jay, honey, can you, all right, anyway. When we're doing, so instead of, when you send that flyer out for the trilogy calls, our program calls, you can't click on the link and it's confusing. So what I have done is have people go to zoom.us and then I'll say click on join a meeting and then enter the ID number. And Michael told me this is what he's been doing. This is a link they can actually click on. And then the meeting ID number, for those of you that want to just copy it down and keep it by your desk, that's what I've been doing when I'm sending out an email to somebody. I'm just giving them, because right now I am only doing personal invites. I haven't sent out a bulk or posted it yet. I'm just doing personal invites to certain people who I want to see. And then I posted it in our client page. So this is the Zoom room. And you can send this to your clients. So send it in an email, send it in a text so they can click on and get there easily rather than figure out from the flyer. Does anyone have any comments, questions, thoughts? Yeah, Deb?
I was talking to another coach in this area today about the event that they're having at their house. And I was telling her I thought I was going to be bringing some people with me to the Elevate event. And the comment that she made was 100% of the people that you bring are going to make it there, or something to that effect. So the whole idea of like going, picking them up, bringing them in my car, that, if I invite them and I bring them, they're going to make it. So I thought that was I know the Atlanta area is a little bit different. You would be driving all over Kingdom Come, but that is a good thought.
That's a great thought, because what it is a level of engagement. I mean, like I say, if you're going to go somewhere, like you feel awkward going by yourself. But if someone picks you up and walks in with you, oh my God, that makes you feel so much better. So I love that. Brilliant. Anyone else? Yeah, hey, Malls.
I can't see any. I can't see anything but your screen.
Unmute.
Okay, great. Thank you. So I know I've been out of the loop because I've been doing a lot of traveling. Here's my clarifying question.
Yes.
I understand. I have clarity around what's going to happen on Saturday. If you live in Atlanta and you're bringing people to the event, what the agenda looks like, that part of the agenda includes hearing from Dr. A. So what you just walked through with this Zoom.us join with the number is for people that I may want to invite to this event that I can't physically be there?
No, great question, Molly. And I knew that when I was jumping back over. So these are two different events. The zoom.us.join with the Zoom room is for the program presentations that are being offered this week.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know. Sonia's a little confused too. And I'm sorry. That was my bad. I'm flipping back and forth. These are two events. And we were talking that we're promoting so many things. So what I've been doing is promoting this week. And then planting seeds for that. And then Saturday I'll get to doing that and inviting people next week. But you can do ongoing. You can invite, Dee, you're doing you're doing both as well. But so the Zoom number is for the inviting people to the program calls. And have y'all seen the schedule? It's in Team Palace.
Okay, that was my next question.
Now, the Elevate Now, you brought up a great point, that there are all over the country, there are events. There is only a map. If you go to Coach Connection, there is a map. You'll have to just scroll over the different areas. Ours is not in Atlanta, or, ours looks like it's in Macon or Gainesville or Stone Mountain. It's not where it should be. So scroll around, put your cursor over the areas and look in a certain area. And if there's somebody who you know that you want to invite in a different area, there's usually a host. Contact them and find out the information. Ours, we're asking people, coaches, to pay $10 because we're renting the room. And so we're asking, coaches, and guests are free. So, and we're offering a training as well to provide that value. And, but not all, some of them have food. Some of them are doing a barbecue. Some of them are doing, each host is having a different event. A lot of them are at their homes. So, they're all over the country.
And is this going to be something, Elevate events are going to be ongoing?
Probably just a kickoff, but it would be kind of cool to have it ongoing.
I didn't know if this was going to be offered, every quarter.
So far, it's just the kickoff. We had one last year in January, and it's just a kickoff.
Okay.
So, but it's a great opportunity. I rarely have people come that don't join us in some way. I rarely have people come to an event. Dee, do you usually find that as well? I'm missing people.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're intentional about who you invite and bring there, you've already seen something in them. They are curious if they show up, and then they just get that bigger picture when they come to the event.
Yeah. Yeah, Sonia, you teach yoga classes. So, and people say, I'm going to come. And they know people don't come, right? You're always surprised the ones that show up, but the ones that show up are really good ones, right? And so it's similar. And so I really, just cast a net, and but it's exciting to think about who could join us, because I think, all of you are coaches on the line, and who learns more? Don't you learn more from your clients and coaches than, they learn from you? So it's kind of exciting. So, well, we'll go ahead and end now. We're over our time, actually. And please post any questions that you might have in the Team Palace site. Ask your sponsor. And thanks for being on the call. Thanks for a great year. Really excited. It's not over yet. We've got really a lot of people to touch these next 3 days. And can't wait to spend 2017 with you guys. Good night, everybody.